Hey, hello. I clicked it a second earlier than I meant to. Hello, hey there. I'm Cyberchroma. Welcome to the stream. Everything looks like it's good to go. I was like, I put my mouse over to prepare to click the thing, switching over to the main stream layout thing. This rather than the starting screen. Yeah, I clicked it like a second earlier than I meant to. Oh well. Hello. Let's have something up that's not generic Windows background. Wata. Oh, I also don't have all my background-y stuff going. Actually, that's what we're going to be setting up today. I'm getting ahead of myself. So, hello, one and all. I'm back, and today what we are doing is improving some stuff with my stream layout. I already have done some things and prototyping some ideas of stuff. But hopefully by the end of the stream, I will have the rest of the kind of things that I want to be tweaking and changing all good to go. And then also, I have a Stream Deck thing now, so I want to hook up some stuff to be more automated by buttons. So to just compare stuff, too. As of last stream, essentially, my stream layout looked like this, which is over in this other scene, like here, and the main difference between there versus now is the cameras. Well, actually, the border thing is broken, but different camera kind of thing. And then now I am prototyping it looking like this, which will have the rest of that stuff in there in a second. Actually, I can launch some of it now. Is this gonna work? Let's find out. I want you and okay, this guy. That should show up down there in a second. Yeah, there's that. But I don't think this... Oop, nope, it's going to close you. Ooh. That's going to now try to go down there. Maybe? Yeah, see, that's the one. You, and then if I want the other one manually. Yeah, so I want to set up stuff to automate some of this, setting up those background things. Because now, instead of one, I have two. Launch the other one that I had started to make, but I need to do more to make it better. Over here, and in a second, yeah, there we go. There's that. Yeah, so I now have these two things that are essentially running off to the side and below, like that. Yeah, and then in theory, I want this one to stay being the growing circles one, and this is the one that might swap out from time to time. Between being this thing and the conveyor one, until this one is more finished, has a lot more going on with it. Okay. Yeah, so I'm working on making sort of new and improved version 2. Whatever, not version 2. I know I'm changing stuff with my stream layout a ton. Version whatever is next of my sort of stream layout stuff, where the main changes is the screen is slightly bigger. Actually, let's do a side by side. Wow. And I'm still going to continue to make more tweaks, but looking at having this be a before and after kind of thing. Between this and this, the main thing is that I wanted to try having. So initially, I was going to try having my webcam be down here and then chat be above. That was the initial idea, because I wanted to try separating chat and then the animation that is over there. But then in practice, I'm like, I'm not sure if I like this as much. I think I like it more me staying up top, but stuff I could continue to mess around with. But at that point, I had already put in the chat thing being more split from the below the stream thing. I don't have good names for it, but hopefully I'll get some eventually. So chat is slightly longer, I guess. That's just a symptom of it going all the way down now, I guess. The main so a whole bunch of little changes that I've made and continuing, but the main thing I wanted was just that the below the stream animation thing here before it goes over and up. So I have to treat it like an L kind of a thing, which is wonky to work with, especially also just this being so thin and so long. Trying to make an animation thing that fits those dimensions, those unorthodox dimensions that are not just normal 16 by 9. Yeah, tricky. So by splitting it up, one, it allows me to repurpose that, oh hey, I made this growing circles one. I think that would be a great, just behind chat kind of thing. I'll have to see in practice how much, like making sure that chat's still readable. You can see like put some test chat messages that like they seem readable to me, I think, but I can continue to mess around with like making the backgrounds more like faded or whatever if that's a problem. But now this one, so two major things that we get out of how this is now changed. One, by sort of cutting off here, instead of going all the way to the end, it goes just to here. Less width just makes this like a little bit closer to being, it's nowhere close to 16 by 9, but rather than just being so thin and so long, it's just being less long, and yeah, helps square it off just a little bit more than it was before, I guess. So it potentially be easier to work with. And then as well, because it's not a wonky backwards L kind of shape, I don't have as much like wasted pixels, I guess. Can I even bring up the old stuff? Maybe. If I go to this is the Unity project that this stuff is built in that is going to have to undergo some changes to do all of what I want it to do. Oh, not that. If I go to you and then you don't have the on you with this canvas, yeah. Before I was rendering it out something like this, where the black is whereas the desktop stuff. So it's basically every frame rendering all this useless up here that, you know, doesn't need to be a thing. So being split up, that's probably just better on performance. I mean, I do have now two separate things running, and whatever the performance cost of that, whatever. But less wasted space, I guess, seems good. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, for those reasons, yeah, hopefully this would potentially be, yeah, it'd be look slightly cooler and be easier to work with modifying this thing. Yeah, getting more use out of the growing circles one, and maybe like, yeah, we save like this, we make more like simple little subtle background things that are like 2D, just to be very subtle stuff behind chat that's not too noisy to make it hard to read chat. And then this is the main event, the main cool thing, a cool 3D program of something running, where, as I said, I have plans for where this will go. I want the environment that this cube is wandering around to be a lot more interesting. Because we're rolling into winter now, I want to try having it kind of, I'm thinking of going for like a wintry environment, doing some Christmassy themed stuff, and like where the cube's actually moving, maybe either we do like generic like coins, or generic like, oh, like you're collecting whatever the generic thing in like a video game kind of thing is, or you have to be like little like presents or whatever because it's Christmas or something. And then eventually, so well, short term, I want to make how the cube moves a lot more interesting, have it feel more dynamic and alive, while still just being a cube. I don't think I'm gonna give it like a face and all that. I could, but I want to first try just having it move interestingly for just being a cube. Maybe having some like squash and stretch and whatnot, but still just being a cube. And then eventually I want to replace this cube with an actual human person that runs around. And we'll, yeah, see how that goes. And then the environment itself, I want the camera itself to move around and move up and down, so I can just have more environment. I'm not constrained to just this box. Yeah, so that's gonna be, those are plans. Those are stuff that I have planned. But before we get to any of that, I want to finish. I sort of conceptualize some of this stream stuff. I want to do more with that. I have to now like I have a lot of tweaking to do. I like roughly through this concept and then what's kind of live going on below me. I threw that together kind of as fast as I could just to test the idea and that it was going to, in theory, work. But I gotta, do a lot more tweaking to get stuff to be more exactly as I want it. And then on my Stream Deck, I want to automate stuff. The main thing I want is that these are two programs. I want to press one button and have it launch both of these, ideally. One thing that makes that tricky, though, is that these are technically the same program, sort of. It's all this in the same Unity project. There is this scene, that was the growing circles, and then now we're going off this scene being the wandering cube or whatever. In order for them to properly be two things, I might split them into two different Unity projects. Because then even like the dimensions of the camera, I don't have to keep changing settings back and forth and whatnot. So the initial plan was that... Well, okay, yeah, so the initial plan was that all of these animations were going to be in the same Unity project so that I could, in theory, eventually, you know, hook up stuff to like this or different hotkeys or whatever to press buttons to midstream have it switch between the different ones. By having it... Like, so one way of doing that is, like, you know, by having each one of these be its own Unity project, and it just closes one and launches the other. But ideally, I wanted to do it by it being the same Unity project and just loading in a different scene for the different animations or whatever. But yeah, I'm thinking that I'm going to want to, mainly just for the dimensions of these being different, I want to make this one Unity project and this one Unity project. It'll probably be easier that way, I imagine. Yeah, because I think the sort of long-term thing is I don't plan on using the growing circles one down here. This one's gonna, in theory, just be this wandering cube one for the long haul. And while it's still sort of under construction, we'll swap between this one and like the conveyor one and whatnot. But then this one, the growing circles, I could make like different variants of this. Or I think the way I earlier said of sort of splitting up, if this is simple 2D stuff, it's very subtle background things, and then this is like cooler 3D programming-y stuff. That could be a good way to conceptually split it up. It'd be very cool. So right now, this is just a background for chat to be on top of. It'd be super cool if at some point I made my own Twitch chat system and actually had Unity code pulling in chat messages and then did stuff with that. That might be too overly complicated and super unnecessary, but, you know, it's an idea. I don't know what stuff I might do with that, but one thing I do think would be cool in this animation would be somehow to hook stuff up to Twitch chat where getting in certain messages causes stuff to happen. That would be cool. But that's kind of more in the future. That's not on the cards right now. I do want to real quick just go to Stream Elements where I have my different chat, the different things for the stream. I have to clear out some of those other ones. Oh, you're the wrong one. Yeah, new chat and new chat. Yeah, that's very descriptive. This is the thing for the chat that's currently below. If I it has a test thing. If I just click that at a time. Yeah. Right now, because I don't get that many messages that often, I like that one message, like having that extra fluff on top and like the around thing to just have it, you know, fill up more space just because. If I eventually get to a point where I'm getting messages more consistently, then at that point I think I'll sort of convert chat to like the more generic way that a Twitch chat looks across like 90% of live streams. I think that's the like eventual plan. So that's why I'm not too keen on, well, this potential idea of like hooking this up to have some crazy chat thing. I just think that would potentially be unnecessary, and for the long term it'd be best for like chat stuff to look more uniform, but like normal. But I'm not going to do that right now. It's fun. I like that how it currently is, how it looks at the moment. So that's how it's going to stay. Although there's definitely lots to clean up. There's a lot of little things where, like, right now, the dimensions of this do not match the dimensions of down there. It actually, if I go to the OBS thing, it, like, it's, is this that? Nope, this is something else. Alerts. How do alerts get moved? Yeah. What is this? This is this, yeah. See, it's slightly off. So I want to clean up a lot of that, just get all the sizes of things to be proper and consistent, but yeah. And I was debating doing such things off stream, but either I do this now off stream or be working right now, right now off stream, or do it now on stream. I was like, might as well stream, because why not? Be doing the same thing either way. Okay. So what do I want to do first? I want to make a bit of a list. List of just things to be cleaned up here, I guess. As both things in so there's kind of three categories of stuff in OBS, stuff in sort of the Unity projects, and then stuff in for the Stream Deck to set up hotkeys to make all this stuff work good. So, yeah, chat's very check it even more further moved off. Oh no. Let's just quickly do that temporarily. Oh no. Good enough for now. I don't need a notepad. Let's just do stuff and be faster. Okay, so the first thing that I'm realizing that I want to do is, yeah, I think I was debating on like whether or not I did want to do this. To separate this into 2 Unity projects, but I think it'll be easier. There's less like if I want to switch between one, like if I want to be editing anything with the growing circles thing and then the wandering cube, I keep having to switch settings and whatnot. Even this animation, I'll want to change the spawning of these circles. It sort of spawns assuming this, you know, the normal kind of 16:9 dimensions. I might, you know, mess with that if it's now going to be more tall, like a disc. But that's kind of lower priority for right now. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna copy and I'm just gonna. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that while it was open, right? Hold on. Close Unity project. I don't know if I was gonna mess with anything, but it's fine. It's like, don't worry about it. I still need a proper name. I don't know what to call. Like, it's. I keep saying that it's like an animation, but like, is it though? Because it's a live feed of a Unity scene where it doesn't loop. It's more like random and not uniform or whatever. But it's not really interactive, so I don't know. It's just a name, but I don't have a cooler name. A fancy acronym. I don't know. Anyway, so if I'm to rename these, the first one, well, for now, Unity Stream Graphics. Let's go 3D and 2D. Below. Oh, below. I spelled below right? I feel like I have not. So with one L, of course. And then side. I guess the names we're gonna go with for now. Blah, and then open. Just got to find it over here. Below. Open to you, and then this, and open you. Get both those opening, start to clean them up. I don't need to delete all those other scenes at the moment. I'm just gonna kind of leave them be for now. So the below one will still have the growing circles one in it, and the side one will have the start of the wandering cube stuff for now. Again, just kind of a priority list of things that need cleaning up. Also, this isn't gonna be a super long stream, so yeah, we'll see kind of how far we get with things. I need to make sure that I'm doing stuff in the correct scene. So this is the side scene, so we're just gonna go this. Wow. Yeah, right now the dimensions is 1560 by 210, which is those are numbers that I'll need to sort of clean up what exactly they should be. So in these build settings, the only scene that's gonna be built here is the wandering cube. One. Let me just. Of the name, yeah, because I want the name to be generic and not just calling it wandering cubes. That it's like, it's the in case I swap out what's going in what things. I said this is the below one though. Below. Yeah. A little annoying that they both have right now. Just as a random placeholder, I just put my own logo as the thing for them. That's also, again, kind of lower priority in terms of sort of swapping that out. So I got you. Oh, yeah, these are all the different folders of these different animations. So when I made... For now, I have... Right now, it was easier to set up all the different animations that I have just being their own builds of this same Unity project where I just put the different scene at the top. So then I have on my Stream Deck basically it launching those different programs to swap out the different ones. But I don't want it to actually be like that. If I want to have 2 different animations, I want it to be the same Unity project, same build, and I just press a button and it loads a different scene. So I think I will be about to be deleting all these different folders except for, having the more generically named, so I call it Unity, I'd like to match the name of, whatever I call it, Unity Stream Graphics. I can change the name later, but, oh, well, actually, wait, no, your name is there. Okay, never mind. Side animation. Build. I don't know. Except this isn't the side one. I'm currently in the below one. Below animation. Build. Spelled stuff right. Yeah. Blarg and do that. Then you'll build and launch and all that. While you're going, I can start on this one. This is the side one that needs to go into growing circles. Change you to you. Save. Sorry. Build settings. You are just gonna be the growing circles one, which I still have the Halloween version of it, but like Halloween's over now, so it's probably not gonna be used anymore. Will I use it a year from now? We'll see. Hopefully I have cooler, better things by then, but yeah, who knows? Again, names, just names. They don't matter that much. Oh, not you. Where are you? There. Blah. So you can start building, and then you'll, yeah, become those things. So I'm gonna actually then. No, I should wait until this builds. Start replacing what's actually currently around the stream for the sort of proper ones in a second. Once it builds, I'll start closing them now. So you and you, I think, close. You are the so-called new below animation. I am gonna keep. I have just a random screenshot of. Oh, that's not the right dimensions. Right. Oh, right. There was an additional thing I had to change. I'll do that. Yeah, it does not like that. I have just a picture of when the program is running. It's just a background thing for when I have nothing open. I'm gonna keep it like that for now, I guess. Yeah, it does the job as a temporary thing, better than just pure black. Okay, so first I want to put in this, which is going to be stream background. Let's rename you. Bah, doing too many things off screen where it cannot be seen. Below stream background below, and yeah, you're gonna be this guy, which in a second should show up. Yeah, there we go. And again, that the dimensions. Ideally, I'd like it to be like perfectly sized, and it's going like a few pixels off. I would like to, yeah, have that not be the case. And then we have, where's the side one? Oh, I'm not seeing it here. It should still be a source up here. Oh, it's under chat, yeah. Rename you to, what do I call you? What do I call the other one? Stream back. I could call it background chat, but I'll call it just. Stick with the naming that I've already kind of established. Like I said, I don't have the other one open because I needed to rebuild it, so that's next steps. Just kind of a lot of little things that need to be done. So over here, yeah, this is the other bit. I just need to change the dimensions match, which might change, but just this is like a good default for now, just to get it functional. Right, you go. You did not really be what the sizes that I wanted you to be. Do you have a good reason why? I mean, just because it says default, I was hoping it would like still go with it. Let me just try something. I want to see if I have a theory. If I do this, I put you in the right place, right? I'm just changing the name, and now it's gonna think, yeah, okay. It thinks it's sort of a new thing. Whatever made Windowsy information that was internally saving the last like window size it had, I guess they cleared that out. Okay, cool, that works. Maybe there was a better way, but found enough of a hacky way to get it to do the thing. Okay, that's that. Below. Oh, sideways, this one. Okay, well, now your names aren't consistent. Anyway, animation is better than just graphics. whatever. Okay, I don't have to, but just for consistency, I'm just gonna go quickly rename this one as well. Does not matter. I called it stream animation below. Low animation build. There you go. Close you. Open you. Now redirect you to being. Unless you figured it out on your own. Nope. Yeah, because it's looking for one of the name that matches. All right, booyah. Okay, that's a start. Got that in there. Got side thing. Got me. Got desktop. So now I want to start cleaning up sizes of things, because I noticed that there are slight cases of things being slightly wrong sizes that I would like to not be that way. So I mean, yeah, the desktop ain't changing. For now, the size of webcam, I think I'm fine with that at the moment. I decided to sort of uncrop this. You're getting like the full camera view, just so that I can move left and right more without risk of going off screen, I guess. Whereas before it was like this, which yeah, I'm bigger, but I'm fine being small. It's fine. So then the next, chat's gonna be tricky because then actually adjusting chat itself. So the next thing we'll do is below the stream animation thing. That'll be, I think, the next easiest thing. So what I want to do is get the exact pixel values that this should be rather than approximating it. When I did the first time, I kind of like rounded up to have sort of buffer room. I should be able to now get the exact values. So this is 187 pixels tall. Or like this, from the desktop thing, it's 187 pixels from sort of the edge, so it's 187 pixels tall, and then it's gonna be 1920 minus 335. Over here, I should really. These are just from like testing and stuff. I really should not have much of these. Some of these I don't even need. This is while I was like messing around with stuff. I don't need you. I don't need. Yeah, I can play favorite foods. Do you like all these? No. Okay. I don't need this. This is from when I was actually recording the thing. No. Like this is something that the Unity recorder I think needs something maybe. So I won't mess with that. Oh, that's cool. Making it. Oh, that's kind of cool. Making it that low. Not what I want though. And you. Hold on. So this okay. This is the one that's going to be sort of the size of. Animation below. Just remember that resolution is for specifically that purpose and nothing else. So I just need this on other screen for a minute to also just let me type in the things. You didn't even save. Just keep the name of animation below. And then size. It's gonna be 1920 minus 334. I love that Unity. You can type in math, it figures it out, and then 17 should be that. Okay, I thought it was the extra weird. I do notice that compared to how I had it before, it is actually getting in these walls where before I can't really go back to what it was before. Before it wasn't really doing that. And then, so I have you, I both need to do this here and over here, which, oh no, that's gonna, cause issues, because it's gonna rebuild and not be the new size, which can be annoying. I'll deal with that in a sec. There's no way for me to like, average size of the window. I don't actually know what capture single screen does versus for single instance, but nor if any other settings bear in here or anything for me. Anyway, let's just build a U. Thing. To the side one, just do the same. Well, okay, it's gonna be maybe a little bit trickier, but well, not by much. Okay, so the size that size that this needs to be, the side one is. Let me just go straight to blah and then blah. Oh, you didn't. You're right. You're not getting the other stuff. Is that gonna cause issues? Yeah, we're gonna find out. Side animation. I think I called it the other one animation below, so animation side. X is gonna be 1920 minus 1584, and then a height of 889. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You get that, and then build settings. Yeah. Over here, and then you get that. So you are, that's very close, but not close enough. I need it to be exactly. Alright, and you can rebuild as well. Okay. So my worry is that, yeah, right off the bat, like before, I don't know if it actually perfectly got the size change that it was supposed to, but... there is the fact that I can resize it, which just makes it tricky to... I might quickly Google a proper way that it's supposed to be done. Because it's definitely not getting this exact resolution. I might also, while I'm Googling, I'm just going to close and reopen these so it gets in those save settings into both of them. Hopefully... Unity, it didn't seem to, did it get all the stuff? Ooh, one might have overridden the other. Because maybe I was working in this scene last, it doesn't like that? Okay, fine, we'll just redo those changes real quick in one scene, and then, in one of these projects, and then delete, and yeah, let it, hopefully. It's a little annoying that I might have to be sort of redoing these settings every time I don't even need like this, because that's just that, yeah. A little annoying that I might need to sort of be redoing this every time I upgrade Unity versions, but isn't there a way to like just have these things import? Possibly. I've just never looked into it because I've never really needed to. What were these sizes again? This is for the below animation, which is 1920 minus 38. Right. And then, 1080 click that a bit. No. Okay. Animation below with a size of 1920 minus 334, and then 187. Okay. Which it could be the case I might add like 1 pixel onto some of them or something like that, but for now, I don't. Just build and run. In the settings on the side, it should have saved that. I just don't think it saved this because I was messing around with 2 projects. Now we just try closing and reopening just to see that I'll actually keep them changes. While I'm Googling Unity build force resolution. I'm looking at really old things. I see a code way of using screen.set resolution, and like, yeah, I guess that would work, but kind of seems like that should be unnecessary. I know Unity back in the day used to have a different like launcher where you put in like resolution settings and stuff, but don't need that here. Okay, you save properly. How about you? You got your things, cool. Just more time, just build that because. But again, though, I don't think you are the proper sizes. You're definitely not, because otherwise I'd be seeing this as being the perfect size that I just put in. And you're not. Why? Okay, so let me just go to blah, build settings, build settings, and like I'm aware of, I don't know what capture single screen does. I might just Google. Actually, well, I'm just looking at this. So let's find out. Unity capture single screen. What do you do? Monitors so your game will be dim black. Capture single screen. Oh. Interesting. So on Mac stuff. Interesting. Yeah, okay. So, sure. Not stuff that seems relevant for what I'm trying to do. So I can have this at full screen window. You should definitely not be a full screen window. Window. Keep me window so I can just drag you around easier. Yeah. Not completely sure. Unless, me unchecking that is... What's that? You can just get the resolution I want you to have. Great. Did you do it? Is that fast? Okay. No. Still too large. And I can just to test that this isn't working, I just throw in a random number there just so I know, like, it's gonna... That should, in theory, now rebuild to be a very different size. I'm sure it's gonna... Is it not? Did I actually close the one that was running? I guess I didn't do that. Maybe that's a step. Yeah, no, it's just launching at, yeah, the very incorrect size. Fine, if I don't know how to do it properly, I can cheat it. Or something. Make some script that is just force screen size. I guess if that's what's necessary. Wow. Oh yeah, I also have. Okay, I've gone to the dark side. I am. So usually in the past, I've gone light mode with like everything, or I guess I should say it's not so much that I always went light mode for everything. For example, Blender I use in. It opens. I use Blender in dark mode or whatever. I'm more about going with whatever was the default when I start using the thing, which for like Unity, Visual Studios, or back when I was using MonoDevelop, was mostly light mode stuff. I am trying dark mode so I can get used to it. It's very common for people to come into my streams and be like, oh, why are you using light mode? As much as I may want to die on the hill of using light mode, it's like, maybe I shouldn't do things that are purposely pushing people away. I don't know. Like, yeah, light mode, dark mode, it still functions the same. So I'm gonna try dark mode for a bit. Well, okay, so what was I doing? Screen resolution, in awake, screen dot set resolution. I'll make it a public thing just because public void. Let's make you vector 2 res. Can I go vector 2 in? Vector 2 in thing? Yeah, why Resolution. And I'll put as default, just so the defaults aren't 0. I'll put defaults 1920. 1920 by 1080. I'm gonna undo those in a second. Resolution.x, resolution.y. I know in my case, I saw this is bool full screen. I'll go false just to, because I don't want that here. Get rid of you, and get rid of you too. Alright, easy code. That was in this project. I'm gonna close the other one while I'm just messing around. It doesn't seem to love when I have both open and changing like Unity settings and stuff. So for now, I'll you, and then your screen size is gonna be 1586 by 187. Okay. Now in a build, I suppose I could have set that code to only run in a build, but nah, it's fine. Good enough. Okay. Okay, so that's a go-in. That's gonna... Ooh, another instance already. Alright, yeah, that should be fine, though. This. Are you correct? I don't think you are. If this was giving me the correct resolution, I should see this as being... like, this would not be going up this high. And I can sort of prove it. Well, yeah, no, just for one thing is that if it was fully working... these would match. This, it has more on either side. Somehow. How do you... Wait, why? What? How do you... You should be that different. As I close you, you crash. That's interesting. Let me close that one, too. Let me... Yeah, Unity wonkiness I wasn't expecting to have. Because I mean, normally this isn't something you have to deal with. Always the uncommon Unity things that they have all the issues. Surprise. But yeah, normally you're not trying to make this anything be this like wonky resolution. But in my case, I am trying to do such things. So I'm going to, as a test, put in what's that, like kind of random numbers here. If I, well, let's see this working in the scene view. It's not. Why? I thought that code was to go in a wake. If maybe I push you in start or something, any chance about just happening slightly later? I did, yeah, resolution, take the X, take the Y. Like, yeah, I was hoping it would do something in the editor. If I said, like, free aspect, then will you... Well... I don't think that's 16 by 9. And then if I do this, then maybe you'll... No? Why? Okay, I guess I'm... Like, I didn't expect that to just do straight up absolutely nothing. Maybe it's something that doesn't really work in a scene. It only works in that. Maybe it's something that only works in a build is the words I was going for. No, matching resolution. So let's look at, am I using this? I am indeed on a multi-display or whatever. You can only screen set resolution to set the resolution of the primary screen, which does not happen immediately. It happens when the current frame is finished. That should be fine. Am I having multiple monitors? What's messing this up? Maybe. Also, I'm googling stuff like off screen, keep going back and forth because Google does this fun thing of having your like address and postal code at the bottom of Google searches to be like, oh, based on your location. So let me not dox myself and just do stuff off screen for a minute. Yeah, okay, it just doesn't work in an editor, but it was... Yeah, it's like, yeah. Okay. So if I, again, just put in random numbers, just I want to see it like, yeah, in theory, stretch. Okay, blah, new. It shouldn't be this hard. I was expecting to be stumped by this. Just Unity being funky and not wanting to have stuff be the resolutions that I want them to be. Hey, okay. Okay, that partially did stuff. I want to see it. Okay, load back there. Okay, wait, so it... Was that because I put it in start? That, like, I don't know, it pulled whatever... During Awake, it tried to pull in whatever background Windows stuff, and then once it got to start, then that running after the fact maybe worked. I'm fine with it being wrong while it's doing the Made with Unity, then, yeah, there. Okay. Fine, good enough. I don't need an answer as to why exactly that worked. It's good enough that, okay. You don't seem to match, though. Why not? Oh, maybe once I make the width proper. The fact that I'm having to resize it is... Wait, yeah, wait. I specifically put in numbers that should have led to this thing being exact. Can I get you sort of without you being scaled? Why is this off, too? I go up here and then go... Can you... Yeah, be proper. No, what I want to look at is transform, reset transform. Yeah, just your scale is like perfect. Okay, so it's possible that because, so I just went off of what numbers these were saying. It's possible that it's like 1 pixel down because it rounds down. Okay, so I might have to make this exactly 1 pixel higher. So I shouldn't have to set the number over in here anymore, although I will, I guess, this time, because I just opened the menu anyway. So go 8, and then just see if 1 pixel higher does the job. And definitely I don't need to set the one up here for it to work in the build, but I should just so I am working with the thing that matches perfectly. Okay, let's try it again. It is working, then we do the same treatment on the chat animation thing. It might take a second. Hard to tell if it actually took in the change. I want to say that it did, but it looks like it needs to go maybe 1 higher. I don't know. I don't know if I trust that, but I'll just try it for now for a second. If it is 1 pixel too tall, that's not the end of the world. That doesn't even make that perfect. I'd rather be like, because if it's going up, it's going to be going behind the thing anyway. But it shouldn't. Now if I go reset transform, pull you down. Oh, okay. Then you might be fine. Okay, I do notice, and over here, I do notice that poking out like 1 pixel too many. Because I'm bothering to try to get this to be all exact, I might as well go as exact as I can get. And let me put this back to 8.8 just to see that actually, because I don't know if closing this and then rebuilding is mattering significantly. Of why it might be doing or not doing stuff. Okay, wait for it to kick in. That looks perfect. Oh, no, it's like 1 off the ground. Let them move it down. Okay, perfect. Look at how perfect of a line that is. Beautiful. Yeah, alright. Is this not the most entertaining stream you've ever seen? Well, it's necessary. It must be done to have cool new background thing. Okay. Just got a little bit stuck with resolution nonsense, but oh well, we made it. So now, okay, now that I know that these numbers are correct, I will one last time over here and here just put in the numbers just because. Try that right. You is good, and then you become just that. All right. And I don't actually know what triggers this to save in terms of when I open the Unity project, so I'm just gonna try closing this and then reopening them. Hope that does all the save that needs to happen. So now I need to do some of those same changes to the side scene. That's gonna be the next step. I guess I can start. Oh right, you're not gonna show up unless you're open. Okay, fine. Build settings. What else did I need to? Oh, the force resolution thing. I guess I'll put that in now. Force screen size or whatever that I called it. This. Oh, where's? I do so with the other one. Yeah, I can just copy. Cool. No need to write it twice. For screen size, having to write that name over and over though. Lark, put you in there, and then put your size, what we have right now, the 336 and 889, which I'm sure will then have to change and stuff, but we'll get to it. We'll get there when we get there. Okay. So next, let's do. Get that. Da. In a second when it shows up. In a minute. Yeah, there we go. So then the next thing I'll do is on the actual background thing, go this to do the same. Reset its transform so that then the size. Ooh, how are you that off? Like it's off, but like it's off by a lot, and I'm not 100% sure if I know why. Oh, it's because so I have it in a folder, and I don't know if the folder itself has. So over here, yes, I had. So this is the side animation. I had it in this like folder thing with chat. I don't know if me scaling the folder. I don't know if that actually saves stuff. So I took another folder and let's reset it again. See if that. Yeah, there in the top there. Okay, that. Cool. Okay, that's the thing that happens. I guess I'll put it back in the folder in a second. I guess once I have this more finalized, but yeah, cool. Neato. So now that's exact. Perfect. Next thing would be chat itself. So let me put. Yeah, I want to keep it. Yeah, let's just ditch the folders for a second, just until it's like done. Where'd it go? Back here. Yeah. So that's this. That's chat. Chat looks ever so slightly fuzzy, I think, but come on, do like this and this. Just not using the folder for a second. I call it chat too because this one's also called chat. I have to like, yeah, I also clean up names and stuff. Which that I can do like off screen. I more care about the how it actually is looking. And then automating with the Stream Deck are the main things I want to focus on today. Okay, so chat itself, now that gets slightly trickier. That requires me to mess with stream elements. Ooh. That's gonna be, I'm gonna put this over here. The tricky thing with stream elements, or with this particular thing as well, is I have to make it like. Oh, so first before we go anywhere else, let me also try. Because I have to like change it here and then save it and then go over what was the sentence I was going to say that I cut myself off from. Whoop, whoa, 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 pressing wrong buttons. Let's try the same reset transform. Then you go over there. Yeah. See, now you're massive. Which you don't need to be. So I guess I lock you in this corner and then, yeah, so now let me try that and then shrinking this down and then going from there. Why can't I? Thank you. So now I gotta just find the good sizes and then also get this back up where it was. I moved it. I maybe should not. I don't. So there is a thing where this particular background stuff I have has this like these rounded bits. Wait, do I even actually need the? Because I've been debating it because I now have the background thing there. I don't know if I necessarily need the faded background part of it. I might be able to just worry about the chat part of it, but I think when I did this, I like, if I didn't want the rounded bit to show up, I wanted it to just be perfectly solid color, so I just move it slightly up until that's kind of gone, and then scale this up slightly more than it needs to be. Okay. Although that's what I can do temporarily, just be able to tell this is being where I want it to be. Where is the colors? This is the color of the background bit. Let me make it just pure a color so that I can see it, and then I can see it to then get everything kind of where it needs to be, and then kind of get rid of it. Okay. How big do we need to be? This is too small, yeah. I guess it'd probably be easier if I focus on one dimension at a time. And it technically can overlap slightly. Well, it shouldn't, but it can. I'd prefer if it didn't. Oh, right. I've also just remembered that I have to. So in OBS, I put in. Oh, come on. Stop doing that. I have to put in width and height here, which I guess this I should match perfectly to what's going on over here. Width is gonna be the same width as the. Actually, it's gonna be the same dimensions as the background thing. So we already got those numbers. So let me just grab them. Should be these numbers, which should be a perfect 336. Which also I didn't even have to correct those, right? It was like right the first time. Interesting. 889. Yeah, that doesn't match. Oh, now you do. Math and numbers. Woo! Where did I put this? You over here. Okay. So let me just make sure you aren't. Upon having changed that, that isn't. Yeah. Let me get back to just being barely over where it need to be, and then scaling you downward that much. Almost there. Almost there. A little bit more. Good, 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 good. And then you back to 0.1, I think. Yeah. Oh, hello, hello. Hoshes. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm in the middle of messing with chat stuff. Raise your message came in, so I see it. I see it here, but I don't see it over there. But hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. So normally I do Unity programming stuff. I have games and whatnot that I'm making. This particular stream is not that because I'm just messing with like OBS settings, messing with some stuff with my stream layout and whatnot. But yeah. Hello, hello. Anyway, welcome, welcome. Okay, did this work? I threw up a test match there. So now, ooh, why are you being cut off? Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, every time I move this, it like clears chat. So now, yeah, things are kind of broken and under maintenance, but we're getting there. Yeah. So this really in more. Slightly bigger than that. Just gotta keep fine-tuning it. Good enough. Why are you not going off the bottom? No. Stop that. Close enough. Although I noticed that there's like a big gap here. Oh, when I do this, it's like, why is it making that slightly bigger? Oh, don't do that. Please. Good enough. Okay, good enough for me. Put this back to 0.1, which I don't even know if that part of that needs to be there, because I don't know if it looks fine enough to just have it on this background. Like, yeah, I can read those messages. It's fine. That's chat stuff is something I can readdress at a later point in time, but it like works enough for now. Cool. Hey, hello. Yeah. I can decomposition. Yes. I have some channel point redeems that are just random computer science-y or math words just because for the funsies. I have one that's like worth the most points. It's 100,000 points that will make me have to play a horror game. I'm not good with horror games. I scare easy. Yeah. Actually, last stream I was playing. No, actually, I wouldn't call it a spooky game at all. But it was Halloween. I was playing a game that like had don't know, creepy vibes, I guess, but definitely wasn't a horror game. Lost in random. So yeah, I do Unity stuff like I'm doing here, where I'm making like a fancy animation that's gonna be sort of playing at the bottom of my streams. Right now, it's just a wandering cube. It's gonna eventually be so much more than that. This here is like 2 hours of work. Like, there's so much more I have planned with that. And then I also do playing games from time to time. I think the next game that I'll be playing on stream is Pac-Man World 1, the remake of that exists. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, right. This stream specifically is just a bit more of a under construction kind of thing. But, yeah, going good. We're getting there with, I can show a bit of so as of, like, yesterday, before what is at the bottom, I can elaborate. So, just for example of stuff, as of, like, yesterday or whatever. Oh, also, by the way, this screenshot, a game that I'm working on called The Handyman with Unicycle. This is a thing of that. I can show off some of that. You know, I can get it opening right now. Why not? That is... let that be opening. So I ramble a lot on stream. I'll spend a lot of time not doing... like, having whatever's on screen not changing for, like, half an hour as I'm just rambling about kinds of different topics, or as we're planning stuff with whatever it is I'm working on next in the game. So I had the idea that I wanted to just have a subtle, like, live animation thing just playing at the bottom of the stream, just for some cool visual interest or whatever. But then also to, like, right now it's just a cube moving around. This isn't that, like, crazy. I want it to be something that looks visually like, oh, that's really cool, that stuff that's going on down there. Both, like, visually looking cool and also like, whoa, the programming behind that is complicated and cool and whatever. So that's thing one. Thing two, I like that, so I used to have, I don't really have, oh, I can't really pull it up quickly. I used to have, not this. I used to have a layout where, like, you know, this covering the full screen, then, like, I'm in the corner. I don't like my webcam blocking the desktop. There's, like, been, like, too many cases of, like, I'm showing off something over here, and then I realize, oh, wait, I've been blocking it. You can't actually see it. Or I'd move my face to the other side, and then forget to move it back, and then realize I've been coding for 10 minutes, and my face blocking a lot of the code that I'm doing. Or if I'm playing a game, and then, like, blocking, you know, a quarter of screen where there's, like, important UI or whatever. I don't like that. So I wanted to have a layout where, you know, I'm up in the corner, but then shrinking the desktop a bit. So then I just needed something to fill in the space below and then the space over in that direction. So then additional reason, just make cool animation stuff. We have a few that we made, sort of. I have this conveyor one. Oh, the camera's gonna be broken. I have, let me launch it a different way. Ignoring that, I have the actual, over here, conveyor. This. Is it gonna launch on other screen and it's in full screen? I can't exactly easily pull it over. Can I even? You can see it very small over here. Can I do this? Yeah, there we go. Windows shortcuts. So this was like one of the first of these where yeah, just made some cubes, made some like conveyor belts that move with physics, and just cool, slight, subtle background animation thing. And now we're just working on making a new one because I just had a new idea for. Because the idea is that I make a few of these kind of animations and we swap them out from time to time for funsies, and they get more complicated, more interesting stuff going on. I also think it would be cool if I developed like Twitch chat integration stuff where like you type stuff in chat and then it affects what's going on somehow, or you know, if I get like someone follows, like something special happens, like stuff like that. That's like the far off ideas of things that would be cool to do. That I'm gonna just keep working away, just a thing, an idea that I had that I want to, attempt to do stuff with and continue to make it cooler. And then I actually technically have two running now. Rather than, you saw with that conveyor one, where it's just covering the whole screen, so it would be covering the chunk where chat is and below. I've now, as of today, sort of separated it so that they're kind of two things now. The one that's at the bottom, and then just very, like, flat 2D, more subtle thing that's just a background for where chat is. This is one that I made that was covering the bottom at one point. I've now repurposed it as one that just covers chat because repurposing a thing that I made. Additional benefit that I get out of doing this is that I'm working on a game called The Handyman with Unicycle. It is very much a work in progress, but also it's very broken right now. Right now, this looks like I just have a player, a camera, and then some geometry placed around. There's way more mechanics in this game that are coded. In like other scenes, there's like a whole lot more that exists. It's just, I took a step back to like, I wasn't quite happy with how the player moved around. So I sort of tore apart the player and am building up a new player. Building back the player movement from scratch, which means all of the other mechanics in the game are currently broken. Once the player stuff is all good to go, then I'm going to be reintegrating all that other stuff. Where, like, we have a hub world, I mean, we don't have a whole lot of great, like, visual stuff, but in terms of programming-wise. So this is a game called The Handyman with a Unicycle. Let me make it fuller screen. The idea is you are a guy on a unicycle at a carnival. You're the repairman, so, like, carnival rides are breaking all around, and you gotta get up to them and repair them before they completely break. And then it's like a 3 strikes rule. If 3 things fully break, then you lose the level and you have to restart. But then it's not, so it's half like a time management thing of like, oh, all these things are breaking. I gotta, figure out the best path through the level to get to the things as fast as possible before they break. And you figure out which ones are the best ones to go to first to, like, fix everything as like a sort of strategy kind of thing. But then also, I want the actual traversal from point A to point B to be something interesting where, like, having cool movement where you see I can, like, this is still very much in progress, but, like, I can do loops and stuff. And the player right now is currently very slow. It's going to be a lot faster. I want a lot of momentum-y kind of things. And, like, if you're going fast enough, you straight up just go up walls and whatnot. And then I want, like, lots of different hazards and obstacles and whatnot. We do have some obstacles and whatnot programmed. We have tight ropes that you can, like, balance on. We have cannons that shoot projectiles. There's, like, flamethrower things. We have moving platforms. We got other stuff that I'm forgetting. There's, like, we have, like, electric floor hazards that sort of blink on or electrified and then they turn off. Different stuff like that and more to come. But so both having cool movement and dealing with, is looping depending on player speed? It will be, yeah. You may look at this and notice a million different problems with it. That's because it's all stuff that's still being worked on. Everything that looks bad about this currently is, in theory, stuff that's still broken. Right now, for the sake of coding, gravity kind of stops existing when you're on a wall, but that's a temporary thing. The idea is, one, the player physically is going a lot faster. I was just rewriting some stuff with the momentum. I basically turned off a lot of the momentum stuff temporarily while I was fixing stuff in the last screen. But yeah, you'll have, as long as you have speed, you're basically gonna kind of stick to a wall. As soon as you lose speed, then you'd fall off, would be the idea. But then, I'm gonna kind of cheat a little bit, or like, it's, as long as you have speed, it's hard to sort of fall off. You'll kind of stick to walls as long as you have speed. The setting of the game is going to be slightly sci-fi, mainly for the sake of, like, all the different crazy hazards and obstacles and all that. It's a traveling carnival, so, like, each level's in a different location that they, you set up all the rides or whatever, and and so I say that it's a wandering, like, it's a traveling circus, but I also want the environments to be as crazy as possible, be, extremely unsafe environments. I want, like, we have a level we're planning. The first, like, real level we're going to be making is, like, on a giant submarine, but it's a submarine in lava because reasons. We're going to have, like, a level in, like, a frozen tundra, like, an ice cave, in, like, a swampy forest, on, like, the side of a cliff, or, like, in, like, the middle of a busy city with, like, skyscrapers and all that. Ideally, like, the environments themselves will also be cool and complicated and whatnot. Oh. Okay, that was cool. It was cool that I was able to do that. Just use this to launch up here. Oh, I love that. Like, movement like that would be very cool. Whoa, yeah. And more. So this is like the tip of the iceberg of ideas with this game. We're continuing to develop it and do a lot more with it. Makes me think about Carnival at the beginning of Oz, if I remember correctly. Ooh, I've seen that's like Oz the Great and Powerful, the prequel of the Wizard of Oz. I've seen it years ago. I barely remember anything of it, but I think I remember liking it. But yeah, Carnival being, I vaguely remember there being a carnival. I don't remember like anything of what happens. Other than that, I remember the beginning of the movie is all black and white until he gets into Oz, and then it gets color, just like normal Wizard of Oz. That's like sepia tone. Anyways, but yeah. So even the characters in this. So one additional thing is that I have like ideas for the so-called full game of everything that I want to do with this game, but then I'm also planning a smaller scoped demo that's going to be just 3 levels, have, to sort of have the main stuff of gameplay that we want and whatnot, but sort of just cutting it down, just 3 levels of that's going to exist, and then going from there into big, proper game. And in this demo, I'm currently planning 5 different characters that I'm going to be having to make, and then, well, one of them being the main character here, which we do actually have a placeholder model over. Meet Handy Harold Henderson. Yeah, got any sec. He will not look like this at all. This is the unicycle was made with actual like effort. This was put together in all of 10 seconds. That's an exaggeration, but like yeah, he'll not look like this in the actual thing. He'll look like an actual person in theory. Although of the different characters that I'm wanting to make, he's like the one that I'm the most undecided of what he's gonna actually look like, but yeah, but that comes both to like, in my head designing what person's gonna look like, but then also actually physically making them in Blender or whatever. Keep the mustache. We'll see. This is like the handyman of the carnival, Handy Harold Henderson. There's gonna be another character, the like owner of the carnival, Peter Avion. Avion being just a plain word, and like the hub world being like a big old plane they use to travel between all the levels. That's the correlation there. I imagine him being more of like similar to, but not the same as like Willy Wonka, but like I think the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka. I think, although I haven't seen that movie in years and years and years, so I might be misremembering stuff there, but but like more carnival-y. Make some mix between that and like I don't know, Mr. Krabs or something. That's where that's going, maybe. We'll see. We're gonna have a pirate character because I want it to be a running joke that like for different levels where you're on some massive vehicle like a plane, a submarine, whatever, it's always just this pirate guy that you keep running into that's always piloting it. And the pirate name made up of just normal names, so his name is like Captain Frank McSteve. Yeah, but and then it would be funny if then like the one level you're on an actual pirate ship is the one level where he doesn't show up. Would be funny. We'll see. A lot of things are just like random ideas. Nothing is set in stone for what I'm actually gonna go with. Yeah, and anyways, yeah. So there's ideas. Continuing to develop stuff. But I do have other... so these scenes aren't functional right now, unfortunately. But there is more going on over here when more of the gameplay existed. Like, there be the tightropes and speed boost things and hazards and cannons that you can get shot out of. Hazards, moving platforms. There's a hub world here that has stuff, UI things. None of this, like, art-wise looks good because it's all, like, boxes and stuff. I was more concerned with the actual programming of things, but, the art will come, eventually. Yeah, but unfortunately, as much as I'd like to show off this stuff because the programming behind some of this is cool, all of this is completely broken right now while the player is still under reconstruction. So unfortunately, I can't really show it off. And I don't really have old builds on this computer because a couple months ago I got a new computer. I think on my old computer I have buried like old builds of the game, but I don't have them here. I've been meaning to transfer them over. I just haven't gotten around to it. So I guess, well, technically I do have... So I do a tiny bit of YouTube stuff, and I do have a video a while ago of me talking about the Handyman with Unicycle. Here. Devlog 1, right? Because I stopped making devlogs when I got more into streaming. this is super early development. So additional lore of this project is that this game started as a school project. Back when I was in university, I had to make a game for a project, and actually this is what I submitted for that game, or for that project. Yeah, there was a lot that was different here. Also, see how this unicycle guy leans? The current player will also eventually have back the leaning and like the wheels turning and the bobbing. It's just stuff that's like stripped away while the character's being remade. Even like the camera, like in this, the camera like more smoothly follows. On the current one, the camera more hard follows. It's, a lot of just temporary nonsense. Even the UI, this has old UI. In the original idea for this, there was like a clock system, and you had to like last throughout the day. That's not a thing anymore. There was a mini-map. We got rid of the mini-map because I wanted, rather than relying on a mini-map, I wanted like, the player wants to figure out how to get from one place to another. I want them to figure out the environment by looking at it, not looking at the mini-map. Also, I want some levels to have a decent amount of verticality to them, and that doesn't work as well with mini-maps. This mini-map was also cheating. I just have a camera up in the sky pointing downwards. It's just rendering the level from above. That's how that was done. Can I get do I have anywhere? Oh, you had like a tutorial thing as well. Oh, there's a thing where you can get like a helium tank thing, and then it's like on your back, and then you return it to it. So in this original stuff, I also had power-ups, and like that helium. So all the power-ups were like balloons. You get different colored balloons, then you can like you move faster, you have invincibility and stuff like that. But then there was a thing where it's like, if you find the golden helium tank thing, then like power-ups do more. Like they last twice as long. Although I've been thinking about it, and like I don't know if I want power-ups in the real game. Like that might be another mechanic that kind of gets dropped, or at least implemented differently. But yeah, I was wondering how you do the minimap. Yeah, by cheating. Well, not cheating, just being clever, I guess. I mean, in most games, most professional games, you'd like actually, I guess, just actually, you know, break out Photoshop or Illustrator or whatnot and construct your whole mini-map after having made whatever level. But yeah, this was the quick and dirty solution that just, yeah, it worked. Oh, right, the second problem of why I don't have a mini-map is because this only really works with small levels, because this is also, it is showing the whole level rather than like a GTA-style mini-map where it's just showing the area around you that, you know, harder to do. This tutorial level isn't that big, but you can't even really see yourself on the minimap. You're a tiny little speck there. Yeah, it works with the scale. Yeah. So if, like, this quick and dirty minimap solution does not work with giant levels so much. So, I mean, like, I could do a proper minimap, but for now, I decided that the current game, I don't want to do that. I took out the minimap. I'd rather not have it. Yeah, because again, the levels, I want to have more like verticality and stuff to them that having a minimap for gets a little tricky. And then I want the player to, if they're trying to get from here to there, rather than look at the minimap, I want them to look at what's in front of them and figure it out through the environment. Because there's also a degree where I want there to be like hidden shortcuts and stuff that's being spoiled by minimap. That's also a thing. Anyways, though, a lot of that is going to be kind of readdressed like probably after the point of us making our first real level. And I can reassess a lot of that stuff, but we do have over here, where are you? This guy? This guy. This is the scene that will eventually be our first real level. Of the demo that I want to make, the 3-level demo, I'm starting with making level 2, the sort of middle. Moving instruction for the gameplay is a good idea. Exactly, that's the, yeah, that be the thing. What was I saying? Of the 3 levels of my demo, this is going to be the second one. I wanted to make the middle one first just because. So the first thing I'm making isn't all the tutorial stuff. I want to make like a first, like in the middle of game kind of level, and then make the first level and figure out tutorial and whatever to, yeah, and then make a final 3rd level and, yeah. Anyways, so this is going to be a submarine. There's all these lines and stuff that are all crazy. The short version is where these lines meet is like a point of interest in the level. Something that's important in the level, and then there's just colored lines between all of them, and then the color of the line is like what kind of thing it is, the points of interest I have in different categories. Yeah, well, okay, even shorter version, or not short, slightly longer, but hopefully not as confusing version. This purple is just where the player spawns in the level, and that goes to a bunch of places. The blue is the rides that you're repairing. All these blue is, I said there's rides all around the level you have to repair, that's what those are. The green is shortcuts. And then the 3 colors of the orange, the yellow, and red are special for this level specifically. This level is you're on a submarine, and occasionally cracks will happen in the submarine, and then water's pouring in, except this submarine's actually in like a volcano, so it's lava pouring in, but yeah. And then you gotta go fix those. So all of these are just all the places where the cracks are gonna occasionally happen. So for most of the level, most of the level, these are the only colors that matter. These are things that sometimes pop up. That's why I don't think this is in application. I don't think it'll be as confusing as it might look with just how many points there are. Is there a risk reward system with shortcuts? Yes, kind of, actually. So there is a system in this game where you repair rides. You go up to a ride, you interact with it, and then it gets repaired. Initially, we were considering, like, oh, when you repair stuff, we want, like, little mini games when you're repairing stuff. I've also decided not to go with that for now, because I want to focus more on the movement, on the... Rather than focusing on the repairing, I want, like, the repairing to be more of, like, an excuse to go from point A to point B, you know, going through this level. I want to focus more on the movement, the hazards, the, like, weaving around obstacles, and have that be most of what the gameplay is about. Where then the repairing is, like, if you get to it, it's quick, and then you move on to the next thing. I want there to be optional things that you can repair in the level. For example, this is, like, it'd be, like, a broken cannon. You can spend some time to repair this. This will take a long time to repair. So, you could beat the whole level and not repair this, and then, like, you know, nothing happens. But you can go up to this thing and be repairing it a little bit. It's repairing whatever, and then you leave, run, go repair some more stuff to not fail the level, keep going, repairing stuff, and come back to this, repair it a little bit more, repair it a little bit more, and then, you know, doing that cycle. Once you fully repair this, then boom, shortcut that, like, as an example, this cannon will just launch you all the way to the other side of the level. So the risk reward system is like, the shortcuts aren't just there, it's you have to sort of unlock the shortcuts. You just spend some time early in the level to unlock the shortcuts, and then later in the level have them. That's the idea. That's like, you know, I haven't implemented these yet. Like, this is one thing that isn't coded yet, but this is where you could actually insert a minigame. Oh, potentially for the shortcuts specifically. Oh, that's an idea. Yeah, I'm not against the idea of having little minigames to repair rides. That shouldn't be a thing that happens all the time. But it happened like occasionally, maybe. And then, yeah, so then there's other cases of, in this level, I have just some different, places that are blocked off unless you repair, like, a door or something. And then I also want, just in terms of interacting with stuff, be like, oh, here's an elevator. You interact with the lever, and then you go to different floors. That could be a thing. I don't think that's a thing in this level, but, like, it could be. The idea of having to repair stuff that isn't just the rides seems cool. And then, so I guess... These are, like, shortcuts in terms of, like, the shortcuts that I'm saying, like, you unlock them. There could also just be traditional, like, oh, if you see this hidden passageway, that's a shortcut that leads, you know, somewhere faster if you just happen to spot it. So that could be a different kind of, like, always there but hidden kind of shortcut. These shortcuts aren't really hidden, it's just they're hard to unlock was the initial idea, I suppose. Yeah, what else was I gonna say? I had more to say with this. Oh, yeah, also, between each of these points is, like, a thing. If I say each of these are point of interests, I wanted it to be a thing where between any 2 points of interest in the level, there is some kind of obstacle or hazard. So that's why I've drawn this up this way. So between, like, if I'm, you know, here and I want to get there, maybe shortest path is going this way where I have to go through. Large hammer attached to gear, slamming back and forth. And then now I'm here, and I'm going over here. Forward back, switching conveyor belts with gears, saw blades. I do not remember writing most of these. This was a while ago. And when I go to actually build the level, I'm sure a lot of these will swap out and change. Does it work like a maze? Kind of. I want to switch between, like, not every level being exactly the same. I think some levels will be more linear in nature, and some will be more big open sandbox maze-like. This is going to be one of the more maze-like confusing ones. You're inside a submarine with lots of different rooms. It's meant to be a little bit, make you a bit lost and try to, you know, figure out where you're going. Is the idea, hopefully. The first tutorial level of the game, I think, will be completely linear and be more of a get from beginning to end while we explain the mechanics and you repair some stuff and whatever. Level 3 might be a mix of both. Story-wise, I want the third level to be a heist, which I know sounds like a crazy idea, and it is. I want you to be breaking into a building and heisting, like stealing a thing and then breaking out, but with these mechanics of being on a unicycle and going around and interacting with stuff. So that's the thing that's still in progress of being planned, but that's where that's going. Yeah. Cool? Yeah. Hopefully it'll be very cool. Yeah. And then I have a whole list on my phone of potential level ideas, potential both what could be cool gameplay stuff to experience, like different hazards, and then cool story things. Like, I think the two big weird ideas that I want in the game is the heist that happens at some point, and then as a whole separate thing in the game, I want there to be a prison break. I want there to be one of the side characters getting wrongfully arrested, and then a level that's about you breaking them out of prison. But having it be like you set up the carnival around the prison as like a distraction. So you're having to go around and repair rides to run the carnival, but then it's also somehow it's like distracting guards, and then you sneak around and then are able to break someone out or something. Something like that. That's yeah. It would be cool if I could pull that off and have that be cool. And then like, yeah, I have a lot of other ideas for levels, as I said, like, you know, in like a frozen tundra, having stuff going on, it could be a big avalanche, having like, you know, on the side of cliffs, have a lot of like verticality and whatnot. Levels underground, above ground, skyscrapers, all that. As I said, I want the theme of the game to be slightly sci-fi, so I can, you know, do stuff with that. It'll probably be like flying cars and whatnot. I want the first level of the real game to be in like a junkyard with lots of broken machinery and whatnot. What else? Like, I mean, I can list off like every environment under the sun as like a possible environment for a level. Desert, factory, forest, you know, whatever. I have a list. I have a big old list that has lots of stuff that I'm just forgetting half of right now. But yeah, I have ideas anyway. But you know, very different to have an idea and then actually implement it in game properly or whatever. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be working on for the next while. And yeah, hopefully can make cool stuff. That's why I'm also, before I make, you know, so-called real game, I'm starting with just quick, like, or a smaller scale, just 3 levels. First level, because I want the first level of the real game to be in the junkyard, I want the first level of this demo, I don't want to make the exact same level, I want to just, for variety's sake, have a different starting level, so I'm going with some kind of, like, swamp with lots of cliffs and stuff, foresty kind of area, whatever. Second level, this submarine in a volcano, that thing. And then third level, a heist, but having it be up high, like on skyscrapers, going between like office buildings and stuff with that. Anyways, but before I get to any of that, I gotta finish just reconstructing that this player used to work and then now is broken as I'm making them better, and then yeah, then get all those other mechanics back up and functional. So yeah, this is that is in a nutshell the Handyman with a Unicycle, and yeah, how production is going on that. Yeah, I also hadn't actually worked on this game in a while because I was busy with like school and then having a job and life things, but like now I'm back kind of working on it more, having more time to be working on it and streaming and all of that. Yeah, so yeah, I have this that I'm working on, and then also these things is what the stream was. Today's stream was more about, was with these things, because I'm on the side of that making yeah, this like background animation thing. This is more go back to over here. Another purpose of this is me just like practicing graphical stuff, making stuff that, you know, look visually cool. Because I imagine I'm probably going to copy some assets. Some visual assets I make for this will then go into the Handmade with the Unicycle, possibly. Even like the cube, once my Unicycle character is fully up and running, I could potentially replace this cube with just the Unicycle guy and have that be going around. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah. So sort of killing 2 birds with 1 stone with some of the, yeah, the stuff that I'm going between. Yeah, this specific growing circles thing was an idea that I just had and then made in like 3 hours, and then Yeah, there's that. This didn't take that long to implement in Unity. It's just made a circle, randomly spawn a bunch around, give random colors, have them slightly grow. Ta-da. Yeah, that was the thing. This gonna be trickier. Oh, I also didn't mention, I want Handmaid of the Unicycle to have boss fights. There's gonna be antagonists that are like, basically the government trying to get your carnival shut down for being unsafe, and then like a sort of council of members of like each one will be a boss. And they start out seeming like the good guys, where it's just like, yeah, you guys are very dangerous. We want to shut you down. But then it's like, oh, well, we've been repairing stuff. As long as nothing breaks, then you can't legally shut us down. Whatever made up loophole for the sake of gameplay. And it's like, okay, it was just justifying the gameplay, like with the strikes. If enough stuff actually breaks, then it's like, oh, well, you got sued now. You're shut down. Game over. But then I want throughout the game, then they start to like do a lot more shady stuff where it's like, well, what if we sabotage their rides, make them break, so that we can then sue them for being unsafe? And then they start doing way, way more dangerous stuff, and then the boss fights happen, and yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. Anywho, what time is it? 11:19. I did say that, yeah, today's stream can't go on for too long. Yeah, have a busy day tomorrow, but, so, okay, back to, I guess, what we were working on was, yeah, just getting the rest of my, my new stream setup kind of functional. So we have this, we got the, did you freeze? Did it break? Oh, wait, You got stuck? How'd it get stuck? I mean, I'll just kind of like relaunch it for now. I didn't think it was capable of getting stuck. There it is. Oh, where are you? Not you. Where are you? This guy. Why? Oh, you are. Oh, you're a mess. Because I renamed you. Let me rebuild you from scratch to just clean up that. The little cube is dead? Yeah, I don't know what happened. So I guess I'll ramble a little bit. I forget when you came in here, if that was before or after I've rambled about more of what this environment's going to be and kind of where I'm hoping to take it. So because we're getting close-ish to winter and Christmas, I thought like, just... While I was trying to decide like, okay, when I want to make this pretty, what kind of environment do I want to make? I don't know. I decided like, oh, it's becoming winter. Let's make like a wintry area just because... So I'm thinking it's going to have 3 sub-areas. Sort of, if I'm imagining it like top right, it's going to be generic like winter, exterior, snow, trees, foresty winter, like that kind of thing. Top left is going to be like an interior of like a Santa's workshop kind of looking area. I'm thinking like wood and like building, but also snowy. And then an underneath area that's all like an ice cave, I'm thinking. And then, yeah, basically cube wandering around all that. Instead of it just being flat, it'll have ups and downs and slopes and, like, gaps that the cube actually jumps over would be cool. I want the way that this cube moves around to feel, even though you're not controlling it, it's just, you know, AI controlling it. I want it to feel like it's a 3D platformer character that's running around and jumping around the level to just get to different points. That's what I'm hoping is, like, the feeling I'm hoping to sort of emulate with this. And then just the cube itself being more lively and, like, hopping around or whatever as it's moving would be cool. And then right now it's just moving around, like, very randomly. Oh, did it not... Did I not build? I thought I did that. Where are it? Wait, did I did delete the scene. that folder. I meant to delete everything in the folder, but not the folder itself. Below animation. I gotta clear out those other folders because they're not necessary anymore. Nor do they really work because of how I've readjusted the size of things. You're gonna function. Yeah. I want what the cube's actually going towards to fit the Christmas theme. I'm thinking like presents or something. Either that or I go with generic like coins to be like, oh, you know, common video game collectible kind of thing. We'll see. But by having levels to it, like having this underground area, I think it'd be cool. I don't know how far I want to take it. I think the idea is I'm gonna, you know, make this into an environment, and then in terms of like the stuff that the cube is be able to interact with, keep going further with it. Like first, it's just yeah, flat ground, then slopes, then gaps and having jumps, then moving platforms, then maybe ladders or... Well, okay, ladders would work better if I had an actual, like, cube-y person. While it's a cube, maybe some, like, ladder substitute that, like, you know, it's a cube. Something to move up and down. Or maybe just, like, elevators or something. Where was I going? Other, like, yeah, sort of platformery-esque things of this thing running around. But just sort of keep introducing more and more. And then I want the camera to actually move around as well. So that I'm not constrained to the environment, the entire environment having to fit in this rectangle. I'm going to have the camera kind of move around. And I have ideas for, hopefully, a way that'll be interesting. But then, as well, another thing is, like, this is meant to be like a subtle, in-the-background kind of thing that's going on down there while I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing in the stream. So it shouldn't be too much going on, and it shouldn't be too noisy. So it's meant to be like a slow, subtle, cubes moving around here, and then it moves over to here, and then it moves over to here. Is kind of the idea. But it should still, I want it to look cool. I want it to be like, oh, the programming behind that is neat. Like how that character moves around. It's cool. That's the hopes. And then I just keep adding to it more and more. And then imagine, so I go with this like wintry theme. Well, I mean, if I can even get to the point of looking like that before Christmas. Not even Christmas. Let's say like, I don't know, March, as we get out of winter. Then I imagine that I make a new environment that, whatever that's gonna look like, we'll see. And maybe I swap out from time to time, because then that extra step of like, if chat type stuff, then it makes special events happen in it. That would also be cool. But you know, gotta get it like to work in general first before I even go that far with it. And the idea is I kind of want to be 50-50ing this. It's like, well, almost like a third actually. My current game plan going forward is like a third of my streams are gonna be working on, well, generically stuff to improve my stream, which is stuff like this and productivity level dropping. Oh yeah, 100%. Yep. Yeah, okay, I'll get back to work. Actually, work on this in a second. Just want to finish my own recap of third of streams working on stuff like this, and then other things to do with improving my stream, such as like messing around with the Stream Deck and adding more hotkeys. I have a Discord bot, so like maybe programming that to do more. Twitch bot thing, like, and just stuff to do with it's gonna mostly be working on this specifically, but yeah. And then a third being working on the Hangman with Unicycle, this game, and then have that make more progress. And then a third being just playing random games, just once in a while, just doing random, just playing games for funsies. Yeah. Anyways, you are at though enough rambling. Welcome to the Cyberchroma stream where we spend 90% of the time just rambling. But I enjoy telling people of like, what I'm working on and whatnot. Although it'd be cooler to have it actually be making progress. One last thing I want to show, real quick. Another thing that I made a little bit ago. This was also for a school project. I made a dinosaur game. We had to take a school project and, as a school project, we had to take some random educational game. Or we had to take some random badly programmed game and remake it and make it better. So I picked like some random educational game I found that's like dinosaurs on skateboards, and it's like you do division to like go further in the race to win the race or whatever. So this is the original game, and then this is but yeah. So I made a dinosaur on a skateboard. That's something that I did. And look at me having to switch back and forth to not block stuff. Ha! I am superior to you now. I don't have to worry about blocking anything. I just wanted to show when I get wrong numbers that he does a face plant, and I think that animation was funny to me. Anyway, so in terms of my Blender skills, that's the peak of that. No, I'm hoping that I can make graphically good-looking stuff. I have this problem though with 3D modeling and doing Blender stuff where it's like, I have made some pretty cool things in the past. I've made like my profile picture in like, I think that corner, the animated me flying away from flying away from an explosion. I made that and whatever. But I'll take a break from Blender for like months, and then I go back and do it. It's like, how do I make anything? How do I make like a table? I don't even know anymore. So yeah, like my school's Blender fluctuates, and I hope to be able to make cool looking visual stuff. But yeah, we'll see how that actually goes. And then lighting and graphics and whatnot is something that I've always found tough in Unity. A lot of the times with lighting and whatnot, it feels like I'm wrestling with Unity to get it to do what I want. But I am making this project and Hangman with Unicycle in the universal render pipeline in Unity as opposed to the HD render pipeline. Well, I guess this one could be HD render pipeline, but for this one, I care way more about performance. I want to make sure that the game itself is going to run good rather than just looking good, but then having no frame rate. Anyways, over here. And yeah. Okay, let's get back to it. So, what is the next thing I actually need to improve? The thing that we had just done was chat, getting the chat to be proper size. I noticed that it is. Am I crazy? Is it slightly? It is slightly too wide. Tiny bit, and it's going to get reset, but that's okay. Let me just. Yeah, good enough. And I might do more tinkering with that, but it's like good enough that it's not broken. So I'm gonna say that's fine for now. Next thing is what? What else was I? Well, there was another like big important thing. Oh, Stream Deck. Yeah. I just like a few days ago, I got this, and it's cooler than I thought it'd be. Of a thing to sort of automate different stuff with stream. I have a stop stream button. I need to make sure I don't accidentally press that. Otherwise, we'll be in for a bad time. I did at one point have. Is this gonna work? Still. It's gonna happen on the other screen, but yeah. I have a button that launches this. That used to like, oh, it launches this, and then it, you know, in order to set up those background animations. Because this is all fundamentally changed now. I now have this split into two programs, so I just want to set up a button that launches both of them. Would be cool. So let's do that real quick. Just kind of automating me setting things up. So, wham, Stream Deck. So I had these 4 buttons as like the 4 different animations I had before. The Halloween one, in theory, well, it's not that I'm never going to use it again, but I'm fine to just delete it as a button here because we aren't using it anytime soon. Well, okay, there's 2 things I can do. I can either in Stream Deck, you can like have one thing that does multiple things. I was about to say, like, do I want these to be 2 separate buttons, or do I want one button that launches them both? I mean, it broke again. Okay, I'm gonna answer my own question and say that sometimes if a thing breaks, I want to just relaunch that one. So as 2 separate buttons, to be able to relaunch one of them. Or I could have 3 buttons, one, the other, and then a button that does both, I guess. But in terms of relaunching this, I need to just go blah, and then, yeah, let's set up the button now to do that. So, the, wandering cube is this one. This is just, when you go launch this program, when you go launch this program. Oh, you're all messed up too. I'm gonna fix you first, because I renamed you. Over here. What's the proper one? You are currently called animation sides, so the one that is, actually no, I'll just use from scratch. Okay, so let me just, hold on. Copy you, delete the folders. Oh, right, you're running. Of course, you're not gonna like that. Let's try that again. And then just make a new folder. I just copied that name just so I could paste it in to be what it was before. Okay, you, and then blah, and then go, and then this, and then I think I should be okay to delete these other ones. I'm pretty sure. So conveyor cubes. I'm not deleting these animations. The scenes for them still exist, so I'm not deleting anything that like this. I can't use these anymore with my current way that the things are all resized. So you, gone. Circles, gone. Halloween, gone. The thin, that was like the sort of prototype of the thing we have now, so that's definitely gone. These 2 are the only ones that should stay. These are the Unity projects. This one is now this, so also gone. Cool. And then names of things, I don't know. I might change them, but for now it's fine. So you. So I don't know how you're broken, so like, and also the next thing that should be fixed is like, why are you broken, and let's have that not happen, but we'll get there. Baby steps. Well, I guess okay, that's that. You're going in a second. Where'd the other one go? No, you're there. No, you're running. Yeah. Okay. The colors of this are like my brand colors a little bit. Like my logo stuff is like a cyan, magenta, yellow, but then in this I also just throw in white, gray, and black just for variety. Yeah. I am hoping to at some point also make a new logo. That's also on the list of stream improvement stuff. Is I want to make a new logo, and then so I make YouTube videos as well, and they have like an intro and outro. I'm gonna make a new animated intro and outro, but those are like a lot lower on the priority list. But that's other stuff down the line that I want to do at some point. And I want to do a thing where my current intro and outro are rendered in Blender as practice of making cool looking Unity visual stuff for the sake of games. I want to make an animation that was rendered in Unity as like cutscene practice, as practice of just making visually good looking stuff for gameplay or whatever. Don't you fear that all the animations that happen a little everywhere on the screen might be distracting? So the idea, I've thought of that. The idea is that hopefully they're not going to be too crazy, too much going on. And if that is the case, then I can sort of dial back speeds and whatnot. But like this growing circles one is very like, I think it's like, it's slow, it's subtle. This is just a background for where chat is. So I think this is fine because it's just where chat is. As long as chat is readable, we're like, I was considering whether this should have more of like, be like faded or whatever. So like that's something I might do, we'll see. And then this is also, the idea is that it's slow, it's subtle, it's not too in your face of how much stuff is going on. The idea is that it's slow and subtle. Is the hope. You know, we'll see. I have ideas, I'm trying them. If they don't work, then I'll reconsider them and tweak them to hopefully get them to be better. But also, I personally, as a streamer, I do a lot of what I'm doing right now where I'm, you know, there's not a whole lot happening on screen. I'm just rambling. So having this stuff going on, yeah, I don't know. I could potentially have a different version. So sometimes I play games and whatnot. If I'm playing a game, it's like, oh, high action, stuff's going on. I could have two versions of like, you know, a version that's something, you know, even simpler that has extra less going on, and then the more complicated one. But yeah, that's stuff that I've considered and will play around with. But I do, at the very least, I like my current setup where my face isn't covering my desktop at all. So, but the cost of doing that is then there's that space below that would look like this, or even if I didn't have that, it would look like this. I need something down there. So currently my idea for that something is having subtle little animation thing. It's also then just a separate side thing for me to practice making cool looking visual stuff on like a small scale to then try putting some of that stuff in my other projects or whatever. So it is a game in pros and cons. I'm hoping that in my case the pros will outweigh the cons, and if they don't, then I reassess. You could lower the opacity a bit, make chat more readable. Yeah, I'm thinking that. Yeah, let me where is that? Over here. Did I close Stream Elements? Let's not. That over here. Because yeah, so me doing this was literally early today. So I have not like done that much testing with it looking like this. This happened a few hours ago. So as opposed to beforehand when it looked like this, where it was still like I've been using this for a while and I've been liking it. Just having a background animation that for a little bit was these conveyor belt cubes or whatever, but then just this animation just stretched upwards and then yeah had this going on. But then I happened to make that growing circles one that was a thing going on down here, so I was like, oh no, let me try putting it here and seeing how it looks. Even the way that chat looks is just something like how it currently looks with like the name and then the box with the chat or whatever in it. That's kind of a relic of stuff that I set up a while ago that I'm thinking eventually I'm just gonna turn chat into like the normal default how Twitch chats look on like any live stream. Like that classic looking how Twitch chat looks. I'm confident I will eventually do that, just not today. And then when I do that, then yeah, I'll do more with like the background and whatnot. But yeah, I'll try. I do want it to be readable. If it's not readable, then that kind of does defeat the purpose. Let me try this. Is that gonna be too much? Visual. Oh, those are nice. The color's a bit flashy though. Yeah, I can. And yeah, there's different, like I could even, so right now in this, I have this being faded. And it's like a, kind of a blue. I can change the color that it is. I could take the actual program here and give it duller, less saturated colors. Options of what I could do that yeah. We'll mess around with and see kind of what works best. Let me just kind of see that. So I also made the box itself. Oh, right, that might have a problem with the blue too. The blue and the white might not go together. Let me even the colors of this, I'm not super sold on that. That's the colors I could have that be. Let's try this, maybe. That's better. Yeah, it's clear. Yeah. And I will continue to mess around, but for now, it's a decent stuff. Yep, that and that. Yeah, I was also, when I was experimenting, another thing I was experimenting with when I was making this layout is whether I wanted to move my webcam. Right now, I'm in top right corner. There's the idea of me being down here and moving chat up. Whoa, I moved the wrong thing. Hold on. I'm gonna undo this in a second. I'm just conceptually showing stuff. My initial idea was maybe doing this to separate chat and the animation over there to have them be more separated. But I don't think I like the look as much of me being in this corner. I think I prefer being up here. Especially because when I'm looking at the screen, I'm slightly looking down, I guess. So it's like I'm looking slightly at the thing. There's also, I could be on that side of the screen, but I don't know. I chose this side. Because. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, yeah, setting up Twitch. Yeah, stuff. Setting. Hold on. I think it was a few seconds of me having my own stream open and getting the feedback of that. There's no rules with this thing. I look at like what people's like formats look like with layouts with all these different streams. Yeah, a lot of people doing lots of different things. A lot of it is just different preferences. Like you have, people who are fine covering a lot of the screen and confident that they're not covering anything important. I've considered using a green screen. Of what do I want to go buy a green screen and use that? I'm undecided on that. Biggest con of green screen is the fact I'm wearing a green shirt right now. I just can't wear green shirts anymore. Now, I don't actually know how sensitive it is, right? Because it's not like all shades of green are bad. It would more the problem be shades of green that match perfectly the shade of, if I get a green screen, I think. I don't know how sensitive they are, but I imagine I can potentially tweak that kind of stuff. But I don't have that many green shirts. But that was like one thing I'm like, oh, I guess that is technically a potential problem. Even though, actually, even the lighting in general, I want to improve or whatever. I did move like 2 months ago, so this is relatively new. I do think my lighting looks slightly better back at my old place, and the walls are like white and stuff. But yeah, it's all still a work in progress, but I'm getting there. But yeah, so for now, I'm probably not gonna do green screen stuff. But yeah, we'll see how that changes. Where am I? I'm here. Haha. Cool. Oh yeah. Oh right. There's also that like most people using Unity have Unity in dark mode. I'm considering. Yeah, like I'm considering whether How do you change Unity to dark mode? That's like in preferences and whatnot, right? Usually I've been one to like hold on and like, always got to use light mode for everything. But I've been considering as to whether I should, just do, like, I know that there's a lot of people out there that do not like light mode, especially in a stream, being like, blinding my eyes, wah. If I'm turning away a lot of people by just having light mode when it's easy and barely an inconvenience to just change over to dark mode, I'm thinking that maybe I might as well, and then just suck it up and get used to it. Where do you actually even, I don't even know where you change to dark mode. These are where you can change individual colors of things. I see fonts. Aha. Am I gonna hate this? Let's see if I immediately, I'm like, oh, it's not that bad, actually. Okay. Take a tiny bit of getting used to. Dark mode is the way. I know. Yeah, even like Visual Studios, I figured out how to turn that into dark mode. I would also usually have this in light mode. Well, see, the weird thing with me is it's not so much a battle of light mode and dark mode, because like well, it kind of is, but for example, Blender I've been using for years. I use this in the dark mode theme. For me, it's more a battle of defaults. Whatever the default thing was that I get used to, I then don't want to change it. But, so if that's the case, welcome to the truth. Yeah. Yeah, It's probably better this way. Although one thing that's funny though is when I do have this in light mode, there's a tiny degree where the monitor is acting as a bit of lighting onto my face that like goes darker. Or when if I go all the way to my desktop, which yes, I just have the generic Windows background as my background. Don't judge me. Nah. I'm now like tinted blue, but oh well. Only so much I can do about that. I don't necessarily want to just like. I know some people who like, you know, if you go really flashbang, yeah. For people who want to, you know, go extra into having the professional lighting or whatever, you'd have a big studio light just pointing at me. I don't want to be blinding my eyes 24/7. Like as far as like it costs me basically nothing to turn to dark mode with this if I improve the stream slightly, but like having lights constantly flashing at my eyes, which I think that's different than. There's a difference between like you can say like, oh, having light mode, is that bad for your eyes? Like, I don't think that bad. Look, staring at a light screen is more bad if I was like in the dark, as I believe how that kind of is. If everything's fully lit, like I'm good. Staring at this being white, I don't think is terrible for my eyes or whatever. But having an actual like proper big old bright light flashing at me, I'm pretty sure that's probably not the best. Anyways, I'm gonna quickly. I'm gonna need to close Unity and then light all of them and then open them back up and then they'll be consistent. I even changed Unity Hub to dark mode. I think this is the one I'm like liking the least. I don't know why, but yeah. In terms of switching to be dark mode, this one and this one projects I'm meaning to open. Anyways, I was doing this and I didn't finish. Was the circles one was supposed to be this guy. And in theory, I don't need you anymore. So, yeah, I need to rearrange where the buttons are. Let's just see if this works. Huzzah! That launched the circles one, and then this should launch the. Well, it's gonna relaunch them because they're already open. I got an error instance that is already running. Why did you not just? Okay, it did launch it the second time, but. I'm having to press it twice. Why is that one the one that's having all the issues? I'm getting like errors of another instance is already running. Well, it's like yeah, because oh yeah, kill all existing instances is a thing already. So if I have this checked, then maybe I can mess with stuff real quick. Blah. If I turn off, there's here that's for single instance. If I have it off here, but on from the button, then that might fix that. Because the error is coming from Unity, trying to like think that there's multiple things. This is this, and then this sidewalk. That. I can try stuff. And let me also rearrange. I think because yeah, I want this on this side. I have to get like this. That much. Blah. Yay! Now you do what I want more. Cool. And then the cube one, gotta be the same. Cube. And this. Start at 11:46? No. I do need to stop before midnight, so I am basically out of time, unfortunately. I was actually hoping to stop more around 11, but oh well. What am I doing? What was the buttons I was gonna press? This button and this one, and this one, and this, and this, and you are the below one. Lamo. Good. Goody. Okay. That's working, and I press the buttons, and it doesn't relaunch immediately. It like takes a second to show up. I'm fine with that. I can live with it. Are you gonna show up? There you go. Okay. Yeah, it takes its sweet time, but oh well. In theory, if it doesn't break, I don't need to relaunch it mid-stream. The idea is I launch them right before I start stream or whatever, which would be extra cool to set up. It's like over on page 1 here, I have this thing to like as part of setting up some stuff with my stream. It like switches over to the stream starting soon screen. It like waits a little bit and it restarts the like music that plays on the stream starting soon screen. So eventually, if I hook this up to do like 20 different things, that would be really funny. It switches to that scene. It opens up the two Unity things. The one thing this doesn't do is actually start the stream. I manually do that. because I don't want to accidentally start stream. Although I believe there's a way to like potentially have like, oh, only do the thing when you hold it for a few seconds or something. If I could set it to something like that, then yeah. I do have a stream stop button. Oh, music is a bit loud also. It is? Oh no, it shouldn't be. So part of that problem is I have like a playlist thing that just is it's already so quiet though. I have a thing that random like YouTube playlist thing, just random different video game music. Different videos are going to be more or less loud. Although I could another thing of potentially improving stream stuff. I'm going to switch OBS to dark mode. I might. Although if I do that now, it'll probably like break the stream, so I'm not going to do that now, but I was gonna say, so actually, that's the. Oh yeah, right now that's right. That's just playing to my desktop. I would like to potentially see if I could do something that like reroutes this to being through its own audio track or whatever, and then I can do more with that specifically. Run it through some audio filter, have it do stuff. Where is the filters? Yeah. Mess around with these such things to get things to be more consistent. Yeah, things I might play around with, but probably not right this second. Yeah. See, by dedicating basically a third of my streams to improving stuff about the stream, I'm gonna slowly get all those things done. We'll see how much stuff happens on or off stream. I did just get the idea though. If I do want a start stream button, and I'm worried of accidentally pressing it, the easy solution is just to hold on. Just have it on a different page. There's this whole thing where you can have, which is really cool that this exists. I didn't know that this was a thing. I didn't conceive that this was a thing that could be done with a stream deck. It was just that fact that you can have multiple pages and stuff. Have starting the stream be on its like own page. Like I'm not gonna accidentally press it if it like takes basically multiple button clicks to get there. Even the stop stream button I might throw there as well. Yeah, that's stuff I could figure out. I don't know why I have these on this screen instead of on this one. Well, no, that's because initially I had like a square of like all the different ones. Can I quickly copy that? Go there. Just for now. Yeah. Blah, and then blah, and then I can delete you. Delete you. It'd also be cool to like give these their own actual proper icons eventually, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. And then yeah, I'll try. Okay, careful not to press this. This is the stop stream button. If I press it, bad things happen. We tested it. What did I just delete? I hit paste, not that delete. Okay. Yeah. We tested it last stream. It does indeed work. You know, I'm gonna put this one here. Yeah. Can I get this to... Okay, because the stream's already going. I can't accidentally start the stream while the stream's already started, so now's probably the best time to just... yeah, there's this thing where I can be like... Blah. I like having a delay between each of these things. I don't know if it really matters that much, but... You don't need to be... Yeah. Because even starting the stream, it takes a second to, like, actually kick in. So, yeah, I'll try. Oh, this had a stop thing in there. Oh, that actually makes... I can set up the other one in a way that's easier. Yeah, so it switches to my stream starting soon screen, and then waits a little bit. Then it stops the music, and then waits, and then starts the stream, and then restarts it, just so that... just to account for the delays it takes to... Slight delay on stopping the music, and then slight delay on the stream actually kicking in. Yeah, so I'll try that, and then that's over here. I'm going to put a button away from this, just to be extra sure of. I don't know. It actually can be this corner. Why not? Which then means you can be deleted from you. I'm hoping that because I copied you, I did do the right thing. Yeah, okay. I want to set up, now this slightly different. This is set up to just do this. Well, not anymore. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Just delete you entirely before I mess anything up. That was set up to do, like, a complicated, like, Control, Shift, Alt, and then, like, was the tilde key or something. And I set up that in OBS to then stop a stream or whatever. But this, that was before I knew that I could just do this and then have you set to... well, What? Where were you? Did you not? You just a second ago had a drop down. What? Wait. What, did I pull? Did I grab the right thing? Yeah, it was this, and you had a start or stop. Why was that not the same? I see long press. Yeah. But then why was that not an option on the other one? Excuse me? Are you not... What? Why? Did I grab the wrong thing? It says start/stop streaming. Where's the stop part? Excuse me? That is the one I grabbed, right? This is just changing visuals with it. I have questions. So weirdly enough, I just set up a multi-action that then its only thing is to do this. I guess that'll do the same thing. Is this changing that? I don't know. I don't know. I can pretend to know. I don't. Oops. Delete, and then delete, and then you there. This is stop stream. I guess in a minute I can, because we're probably gonna be winding things down here for today. Then I can test that that's working. Cool, cool, cool. So hopefully, yeah, those are in the outside of the, by just being on their own page dedicated to that, they're like in the out, not in the danger zone of accidentally pressing them. Yeah, this plays the stream music. These go between two of my scenes. Might have more setup for like, because I have other scenes for being like only the desktop and only me. Yeah, I set up more with that, but today I wanted to focus on more of the common stuff, like during the normal stream, having all that stuff just be functional and stuff like that. Hey, let's put you guys there, I guess. Cool. I did want to actually, let's see, one more thing, in that I want a multi-action thing. Oh, wait, hold on. Move to multi-action. Yeah, and then copy, paste. I wanted to have one button that then launches both. Yeah. So that broke. Well, okay, then I have to go copy this, and then I guess I can copy paste, and then whatever, it's fine. Okay, then you need to launch the side one. Or do you? What? Hold on. Which one's which? This one, no, this one should be on the side one. This one should be on the below one. Yeah. And then you're gonna be called, it's the Wandering Cube one. I can change the name later. This cube singular, this circle's plural, I guess. I'm just gonna call it stream animations. It's so long though, I can't actually see it. I can't. Oh, I can do that. Yeah. Whatever. This launches both. This is just one. But the names don't matter. I can clean that up later. But for now, it's fine. Make sure that this is actually launching both things that I want it to be launching. Below, and they're both on below. That's not correct. Side. This one being side. This one called circles. Good. Let me test that they are indeed working. So then I can have one for like the start of the stream to just launch both. Looks like it worked. This will kick in. But then in the middle of the stream, if one somehow breaks or something. Oh, okay, one went in, and then there's the other. Cool. If one breaks, then I can launch just one or the other. Neato. Cool. Cool. So, yeah, that's the start of, that's just for, like, launching them. It would then also be cool. I don't know how I'd hook this up to Unity, but hopefully I can, yeah, figure that out. I have some ideas. I could have buttons that actually do stuff in the program that, like, you know, like, I press this button, the cube turns red or whatever, right? Like, things to actually affect in the game. My first idea for that is I just set up a button here that just sets off some complicated hotkey It's like, you know, Control Shift Alt whatever, and then in Unity say when you press that hotkey, then change a thing. That'd be my first idea, but then I only have so many complicated hotkeys that I'm never gonna actually press to work with. So ideally I find a solution that's more robust than that. While I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna do this now, otherwise I'm gonna forget. Okay, I see how to change the thing to light. I worry of this like making OBS like relaunch and like breaking the stream, so I'm not gonna mess with that off right now. But I think I can mess with the hotkey, and yeah, I don't want this hotkey to be a thing anymore. I don't need it, so just don't break everything. I don't think I really have other hotkeys set up for stuff, right? Oh no, I do for the restarting and of the outro music. That's how I currently have that set up. I believe, like, so right now I've been getting by off of just the things I have on the right, and then there's like plugins that get you more things. I believe there's ways to like have custom code and then actually write code to do stuff. But I mean, while I can rely on these without having to manually program stuff, I might as well, right? So, cool. That's working. That's all working. Woo. Yeah, neato. Fantastic. Cool. Oh, okay, it's 11:59. I really gotta go though, unfortunately. So I think, yeah, we are going to wrap things up for today. I'd call this a success. And yeah, I wasn't like, it was just, yeah, improving my setup stuff. So it made it, I don't know, that was super interesting or whatever. It'll be more interesting when I'm actually working on, like, you know, Handman with the unit cycle and whatnot, or even just working on this thing, but having it actually develop more, making more progress and all that. But that'll come. We'll get there. So I think, good work. Thank you. Thanks for the suggestions with improving things, like you make stuff the darker and like whatnot. I appreciate the help and whatnot. Yeah. So next stream, ideally tomorrow. I'm trying to stream consistently, hopefully like every day. But as I get busy, like I have a full-time job and whatnot. As I get busy, I can't always stream, but I'm trying to find some time here and there. So next stream, I think we'll be working on the Handman with the cycle. I'm trying to go back and back. Like, I could do the next stream working on this, but I'm trying to sort of 50-50 it. So I did a stream doing this stuff. So next stream, I think, will be unicycle game, which unfortunately, so like right now that the player improvement stuff is being a bit tricky. Making characters is hard. Like one of the hardest things with making a game, especially because I'm trying to make such a very complicated player that needs all these very special rules to work well. Mainly with all of the just going up walls. It's complicated and hard to find good reference material for. I'm confident that, oh hey, thank you for the follow! Thank you! I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so I think next stream we'll potentially be doing this, but if this is being difficult at the moment because physics is hard, and anything to do with like rotations and rotating players or cameras, it gets extra hard. So the next few streams where I'm working on this game are going to be rough and a lot of me just trying to figure out how to like just how to even do the things that I want to do here. But I'm confident that once I can get through a lot of this player stuff, once we get back to the rest of the game, even just hooking up the other mechanics to work again and like all the bug fixing that goes along with that, all like the menu and like UI stuff. Getting the hub world back up and running, and then when we get to building the first real level, I'm confident that that's gonna go a lot smoother, I think. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I could eat those words when I get there. Anyways, though, so yeah, we're gonna wrap things up for now, and next time we're doing this, and then I think stream after that we play a game. Probably I think yeah, Pac-Man World Repack, another 3D platformer. I'm like wanting to play like all of the 3D platformers out there to like get ideas for this game and stuff like that. Not just to like steal ideas, but to like I like to try to like think about how stuff was programmed and whatnot, and like a technical level, and how different games do things differently. And then also when you play bad games, knowing what not to do can be helpful. Yeah, so any other announcements to make? I think I've gone through everything. We are going to, I have 3 people here, so we are going to raid somebody real quick. And then we're gonna be going. It'd be cool to also have a button that automates that process. Ooh, Odat Nerd is around. We're gonna raid him. /raid. Make sure spell stuff right. Getting inspired? Yeah. And again, like, yeah, getting inspired from other things, but to be like, ooh, that's cool creative stuff that stuff is doing, but not directly to just copy stuff. I think there could be a bit of minor, like, ooh, I like that idea, I can do that with a twist. Or like, this thing in the context of my game would be very different. So like some stuff like that, but I'm not looking just to copy things. But yeah, getting inspired and like looking for creativity and I don't know. Anyways, but yeah. Anyways, so I think that'll do it for this live stream. No, I'm forgetting my outro. No, I have a pre-written outro that I say at the end. Why am I forgetting the lines? I've done this many times. It's 4 lines. It's... okay, no. Let's try this again. So that'll do it for this live stream. If you liked it, look forward to more. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you around. There we go. Nailed it. Pressing... So normally I would say that and then end the stream immediately. When I'm raiding people, then I gotta press extra buttons to then actually commence the raid. But oh well, it's fine. Oh, and well, last thing is that now I'm gonna test that this button actually works. So let's see. All right. So yeah. All right. Guess that does it for this stream. All right. Bye. And seeing the button works.